1. You control your mind, not the world ***. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who ruled Rome while writing deeply personal reflections on discipline and resilience. You wake up, check your phone, and instantly your mood shifts. A message you didn't like. A situation you can't control. A comment that stings more than it should. Now pause. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire in the world, yet he reminded himself daily that even emperors are not in control of everything. There is a story often told about him during a military campaign. While leading one of the most powerful armies in history, news came in of chaos spreading across the empire. He didn't panic. He didn't spiral. He simply wrote in his journal and focused on what he could do next, not what he couldn't fix immediately. That's the lesson. Most of your stress doesn't come from life itself. It comes from trying to control what life refuses to give you control over. The traffic, the delay, the rejection, the criticism, none of it sits inside your command. But your reaction does. And that's where your real power begins. Because the moment you stop fighting what you cannot change, you finally have energy to master what you can, your thoughts, your discipline, your decisions. That's freedom. Not a changed world, but a controlled mind. 2. Pain is not the enemy, your interpretation is ***. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Marcus Aurelius ***. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher known for his private journal, Meditations, written as personal guidance for life and leadership. A man once loses his job and feels like his life is over. Another man loses the same job and decides it is the beginning of something better. Same event. Different minds. Different outcomes. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply. There's a moment in his life where Rome was struck by plague. Thousands were dying. Fear was everywhere. Yet instead of breaking, he focused on duty, writing, organizing relief, leading by example. He didn't deny the suffering. He simply refused to multiply it in his mind. Most people suffer twice. First in reality, then in imagination. You replay conversations that already ended. You assume outcomes that never happened. You assign meaning to things that were neutral. Stoicism interrupts that cycle. It tells you, the event is not the problem. Your judgment about the event is. And if your judgment can be changed, your entire emotional world can be rebuilt. That means nothing outside you has the final say on how you feel. Not people. Not failure. Not circumstances. Only your interpretation. 3. Time is slipping. Stop wasting your mind ***. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who constantly reflected on mortality to sharpen his sense of urgency and purpose. Imagine a man who keeps saying, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And suddenly years are gone. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that life is fragile, not in a fearful way, but in a clarifying way. There is a reflection in his writings where he reminds himself, even emperors are just passing through time. He wrote as if every day might be his last, not in anxiety, but in focus. Think about that. If you knew today was your last fully conscious day, would you still waste it in anger? In comparison? In endless scrolling? Probably not. Yet that is exactly how many days are lived, as if time is unlimited and attention is cheap. Stoicism pulls you back. It doesn't say, hustle harder. It says, wake up. Because the real tragedy is not death. It is living without presence while alive. Every hour you waste resenting your past or worrying about your future is an hour you are not actually living. And life is only ever happening now. 4. External validation is a prison you build yourself ***. Stop allowing your mind to be a slave to what others think. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who emphasized inner independence over public approval. There is a quiet addiction most people never notice: being liked. A man posts something online and checks it 10 times for approval. A woman changes her personality slightly depending on who she is with. A student chooses a path not because it's right, but because it looks impressive. Marcus Aurelius lived in a world of political pressure, constant judgment, and public scrutiny. Every decision he made was watched. Yet, in his private writings, he repeatedly reminded himself, the opinions of others are outside his control, and therefore irrelevant to his peace. There's a moment in Stoic teaching where a man is insulted in public. Instead of reacting, he simply asks himself, is this opinion mine? Or theirs? If it's theirs, it doesn't define him. That shift is powerful. Because once you stop outsourcing your worth to other people's approval, you become unshakable. No applause can define you. No criticism can destroy you. You begin to move differently, not to be seen, but to be true. And that is where real confidence is born. 5. Discipline is freedom, not restriction ***. No man is free who is not master of himself. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who believed true power comes from self-control, not external authority. A young soldier once asked his commander why training was so strict. The commander simply said, because in battle, discipline is what keeps you alive. Marcus Aurelius understood this at the highest level. He was an emperor, surrounded by luxury, power, and endless temptation. Yet in his personal writings, he constantly reminded himself to eat simply, speak carefully, and avoid indulgence. Why would someone with everything practice restriction? Because he knew something most people forget: if you cannot control yourself, the world will control you for you. Think about it. The person who cannot control anger gets controlled by it. The person who cannot control desire gets controlled by impulse. The person who cannot control attention gets controlled by distraction. So discipline is not punishment. It is protection. Every time you say no to something that weakens you, you are actually saying yes to a stronger version of yourself. And slowly your life becomes less chaotic, not because the world changed, but because you did. 6. Obstacles are not blocking you, they are shaping you ***. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who taught that challenges are not interruptions to life, but part of its design. There was a craftsman who used broken tools in a village workshop. One day, a visitor asked why he didn't throw them away. The craftsman replied, "These are the ones that taught me patience." Marcus Aurelius ruled during wars, plagues, and political betrayal. His reign was full of obstacles. Yet instead of seeing them as interruptions, he saw them as training. There is a story of him during a brutal campaign where supply lines were cut off. Instead of complaining, he adjusted strategy, shared hardship with his soldiers, and led from the front. He didn't wait for conditions to improve. He adapted. That is Stoic thinking. Most people wait for life to become easy before they act. Stoicism teaches the opposite. Life becomes meaningful because it is not easy. Every delay builds patience. Every failure builds awareness. Every rejection builds strength. The obstacle is not in your way. It is your way. 7. Accept reality before trying to change it. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who practiced acceptance as a foundation for rational action. A man stands in the rain without an umbrella, angry that the weather is ruining his plans. Another man in the same rain simply adjusts his route. Same situation, different response. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that reality does not negotiate. It simply is. There's a powerful moment in Stoic philosophy where a man loses something valuable. Instead of denial, he says, "This is what has happened. Now what is my next right action?" That shift is everything. Because resistance drains energy. Acceptance redirects it. Most suffering comes from arguing with reality. This shouldn't have happened. This is unfair. This is not how it was supposed to go. But life does not respond to should. It responds to is. Once you accept what is real, you stop bleeding energy into denial and start using it for action. Acceptance is not weakness. It is clarity. And clarity is what allows progress. 8. Remembering death makes life sharper. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who used awareness of mortality to live with urgency and purpose. A man once spends years postponing his dreams. Another lives each day as if it matters. The difference is awareness. Marcus Aurelius regularly reminded himself of death, not to be dark, but to be awake. There is a reflection in his writings where he observes that even emperors, philosophers, and great warriors eventually fade into memory. So the question becomes, if everything is temporary, what deserves your attention now? Most people live as if time is guaranteed. They delay conversations. They delay forgiveness. They delay action. But nothing is guaranteed. Stoicism does not make you fearful of death. It makes you respectful of time. Because when you understand life is limited, you stop wasting it on things that don't matter. And you start living in a way that actually feels alive. 9. Stay steady when life gets chaotic. Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who trained his mind to remain calm under pressure, even during war and political crisis. A fisherman once stood on a cliff during a storm. The sea was violent, wind tearing across everything. Yet the rock beneath him remained unchanged. Marcus Aurelius lived through invasions, plagues, betrayals, and constant pressure as emperor. Messages arrived daily with emergencies that could destabilize an entire empire. Yet in his writings, he repeatedly reminded himself, chaos is not outside, it is inside the mind that refuses to stay still. Think about your life. One message can ruin your mood. One comment can shift your confidence. One problem can spiral your entire day. But notice this, nothing outside physically forces your mind to collapse. The collapse happens internally. Stoicism trains you to become that rock. Not emotionless, but unshaken. Because storms will always come. The only question is whether you will move with them or remain grounded through them. 10. Most things don't deserve your attention ****. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who practiced extreme focus on what truly mattered in life. A man once spends his entire day responding to messages, arguments, opinions, and distractions. At night, he realizes he accomplished nothing meaningful. Marcus Aurelius understood this trap centuries ago. As emperor, he could have reacted to every insult, every rumor, every political noise. But he didn't. There is a Stoic idea that your attention is your life force. Wherever it goes, your life goes. Most people leak attention everywhere. Social media, gossip, worry, comparison, endless thinking. And at the end of the day, they feel exhausted but not fulfilled. Stoicism simplifies life brutally. Not everything deserves a reaction. Not everything deserves a thought. Not everything deserves you. When you stop reacting to everything, you finally start living intentionally. And that is where peace begins, not in doing more, but in filtering more. 11. Your suffering is created by your thoughts, not events ****. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Marcus Aurelius ****. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who deeply studied how the human mind creates unnecessary suffering. A student waits for exam results and imagines failure before it happens. A worker fears losing a job that is still secure. A person replays a conversation that was never as serious as they think. Marcus Aurelius observed something powerful. The mind can create pain before life ever delivers it. There is a story of him dealing with political tension in Rome. Before any action was taken against him, he noted how fear spreads faster in imagination than in reality. Most of the suffering people experience never actually happens. It is projected. It is rehearsed. It is exaggerated internally. Stoicism breaks that illusion. It forces you to ask, is this happening now, or am I creating it in my mind? Because if it's only in your mind, you also have the power to stop feeding it. Freedom begins when you stop mistaking thoughts for truth. 12. Your purpose is to be useful, not impressive ****. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius ****. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who valued action over appearance and virtue over approval. A man spends years trying to look successful. Another quietly becomes useful. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet he never wrote about fame or image. Instead, he focused on character, being just, disciplined, and responsible. There's a moment in his writings where he reflects on how pointless it is to debate morality without living it. Many people today are trapped in performance, looking productive, sounding intelligent, appearing successful. But Stoicism cuts through that illusion. What matters is not how you are seen, but how you behave when no one is watching. A useful person doesn't need to announce their value. Their actions reveal it. And over time, usefulness becomes a deeper form of success than recognition ever could. Because recognition fades, but character stays. 13. Live every day as if it is your final responsibility ****. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who believed life is shaped from the inside out, through disciplined thinking. A man wakes up late, rushes through the day, scrolls through hours of distraction, and sleeps wondering where his time went. Another man wakes up with clarity, not perfect, but intentional. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that every day was a chance to live correctly, not just comfortably. There is a reflection in his journal where he emphasizes that life is not measured by length, but by the quality of attention and thought. If your thoughts are scattered, your life becomes scattered. If your thoughts are disciplined, your life becomes stable. Stoicism doesn't promise an easy life. It promises a meaningful one. And meaning is built from how you think, how you respond, and how you choose to live, even in ordinary moments. Because in the end, life is not something you postpone. It is something you practice every day. Life will test you, distract you, and sometimes overwhelm you. But Marcus Aurelius leaves you with a simple truth. The mind is the only place where your real freedom exists. If you master it, you are unstoppable. If you neglect it, everything else will feel unstable. If you found value in this, subscribe to Wisdom Without Noise for more powerful Stoic wisdom, discipline, and life-changing philosophy.